Welcome to France. It's been snowing and blowing heavily in the mountains for the past 2-3 weeks, so we came to the beach to wait for the better weather to come to the mountains. Wind howls as we drive all night to Côte d'Azur, to French Riviera. There's absolutely no point in heading to the Alps where wind is damaging the towns in the heart of the mountains. Instead, we decide to stay where weather treats us well. Côte d'Azur, or the French Riviera, is the coastline on the southeast corner of France. It is usually considered to extend almost 200 kilometers from the Italian border in the east to Toulon in the west. Our destination is somewhere in the middle. Our friend Ben called and said it would be nice to meet, since he's having a photo shoot with an upcoming French band in Saint-Maxime. Why not, I think. You either live your dream or you die with your dream. We are three passionate free-skiers on a search for our personal Shangri-La, the place with the perfect snow and the flawless ambience. To find it, we live out of our bags, travel constantly, sacrifice our comfort and find ourselves sometimes in strange places. Who knows whether we'll find what we're searching for, but who cares? Whatever happens, we are living our dream. The perfect spot might be just around the corner.
Ah, il y a le pote et tout.
Oh putain!
Putain, c'est
What's up,
elle
man?
parle français.
Good. Really good.
Voilà.
Yeah. I was gonna.
Et tu parles bien.
Oh, are you
Ouais,
back with the friends? Man, it's good to see you guys. Hello, salut.
de
Bien.
Salut, Max.
Bloomy.
avec leur planche.
Yeah. So guys,
Ça va?
ça va et toi?
Ouais.
Très bien.
Oh, poulette.
Comment?
Très bien.
Ouais.
Eh, moi,
bien.
je veux dire.
All right. I guess we're gonna catch a beer.
Taking photos isn't hard, right? As the band is getting ready for the photo shoot, we have time to chat for a while about Ben's ideas in taking photos.
All
Where should I look? Because I should not be looking at this, right?
Why not? I'm here. So what influences you in taking photos?
Everything. First, life. I mean, you really have to look at what's around if you want to take a picture. You just, you go with your instinct and then you sort of pace it to make something happen out of it. And of course, I mean, it's a lot of looking what's around in the art field, in fashion, in movies, in everything. Everything is influencing me. I love working with the people, so you have to listen, look, and try to capture the way they move. But to capture that, you cannot go against that. You have to respect. It's like catching a wave. If you want to catch a wave, you have to follow the rhythm of the sea. So it's the same when someone is walking or someone is trying to take a picture of someone. I'm just trying to look very much and seriously at the way it moves and try to catch it and put my weird look on top of that. It's sort of like set the things and then get surprised by it. I don't want to plan anything. I mean, I don't want to get the picture that I want because it's probably shit. So I just want to, be surprised by myself, be surprised by the situation, and so that's why I take randomly a lot of things, and slowly you don't remember what was your idea first. You don't remember where you were coming from or aiming to. So that's what I like when you're surprised. So tonight we're gonna be playing around those cactus things with the flash, and probably something weird is gonna happen out of it. Pretty weird, but it's a good start. We'll see. You know, you start from your shit ideas and then they turn out sometimes to stay like shit, or sometimes something happens. But you have to be hard on yourself.
Toute ma vie, tout temps et verso. Toute ma vie, tout en haut, tout temps et verso.
Yeah, it was pretty nice. While I was filming the photo shoot, the guys, they decided to put up a French delicacy dinner, and we came to the pier.
And yeah,
Gonna have a chill night out, eat outside, still enjoy the sea while we can, and tomorrow we're heading back to the Alps. Some good weather coming in. We got some local specialities. We got some Tom de Savoie from the mountains, and some Comté. I bought this goat cheese, which is like a speciality from the region. It's every French region has its own special something, like some cheese or whatever it is, but usually it's a cheese. So this is a famous goat cheese, and it's supposed to be really soft and quite. I don't know. I actually don't know. Let's try it out. Quite a special taste, actually. It's not the normal goat cheese you buy in the supermarket. It's really soft. It's like, yeah, it's really good actually. Yeah. Usually I'm not a great fan of goat cheese, but this is cool.
Oh, hopla!
The storm is finally calming down. Instead of a couple of hours on a highway, we choose the alternative way to reach our destination. Driving over the mountains on a small mountain roads, through old towns where Van Gogh got drunk from absinthe or Cézanne used to paint landscapes. Sitting in cafes or just driving in the middle of the mountains. This is the way to experience transition. Chamonix, the birthplace of alpinism and the place for the first Winter Olympics in 1924. Whatever comes to alpinism, Chamonix is absolutely the best and the biggest place in this planet. Whether it's climbing or skiing you love, this is the place to be. Even hearing the name Chamonix gives the chills for the one who loves mountains. But Chamonix is no picnic what comes to being in the mountains. For the one who goes up to meet the mountains, it's not easy to understand how immense they are. It's a lot easier to handle the surrounding area somewhere else. Here you are dealing with something happening thousands of meters above you, and it's not easy to understand that.
Okay, Paul, where are we heading?
We're gonna go meet our friend Jono. We bought some croissants here in Chamonix, and Jono is an interesting guy. He's been staying, I don't know for how many years here in Cham. He's from South Africa originally. You have Chamonix, which is like in France, but it's not really French. It's really international, with people coming and going from different parts of the world, and a lot of people stayed here and kind of found their way to live in the mountains and to live with sports. And Jono is one of them. He's moved here. He's originally like from a climbing background, and he's been finding his way, and he skis, climbs, and then he started to build skis for himself and for some clients. So that's what he does. He's like a that's his Chamonix life. Morning.
How's it going? Right. Coffee?
Yeah, please.
How did you end up in Chamonix?
I kind of learned to ski when I was 16 or something on a family holiday and really enjoyed it and kind of got hooked, and so I waited till I finished school until I could go and do my first season. I was very impatient, so rather than waiting for winter to come around in the Alps, I headed for New Zealand and spent 2 years there. My emphasis and idea straight off the back was to get into the backcountry and tour and climb things and ski things. So New Zealand was quite cool in that respect, and that I learned a lot and I hooked up with a community that was quite active and helped. After that, people kept making reference to Europe and what was here, and the one place that kept popping up was Chamonix as a great destination for ski touring and mountaineering. And so without actually doing any research on what was here or the place, I found out where I should fly to and then did that. The most appealing thing about Chamonix for me is the community that's here. It's the mountains are massive and the access is unparalleled and unrivaled anywhere in the world. Just a combination of big, impressive terrain with easy access means that you can scare yourself as much as you want straight off the lift. But what keeps you ticking along is that there's someone to do things with. There's someone to get you psyched, to climb, to ski, to run, to bike. There's a community of strong people here, and the community and the mountains and the activity keep getting you kind of to raise your game. Yeah, the downside is living, or the comfort of living. I don't know very many 30-year-olds who share a house in the rest of the world or in the grown-up world. They tend to have careers and jobs, 2 cars and wives, and not share their apartment with 4 other people. At the same time, your expectations change when you have focus and a passion to kind of follow. I don't see a lot of downsides to Chamonix, really. Expensive, and the fact that you might have to settle for not being an investment banker, but on the upside, I think you're alive day to day and not just cruising or surviving, as it were. The difference between being alive and surviving.
We hook up with Nico and Alexandra and head to the cable car of Aiguille du Midi. More than 2,000 vertical meters is waiting for us. It's springtime in the valley, so it's as quiet as it ever gets in the town. No queues and no rush, just pure awesomeness.
Couldn't be any better.
Yeah, not much people, no crowd.
2 weeks storm, shining, and so places are loaded and can't complain.
Best way to ski in Chamonix is to have a plan. What I mean by this is that there is a lot of extreme stuff happening here, and just by following someone you will get almost certainly into a trouble. But for those seeking for a thrill, there is no rules in this valley and plenty of steep runs to play with. Today, with good snow, everything looks nice. But because of the heavy conditions for the past weeks, everything steeper is out of the question.
Infinity is calling.
So how was your day? Agilde midi, man.
It was fun day. Bit of, well, fresh snow. That wasn't powder, I suppose, but fresh, cold snow, and then it got really wet. Granenver is probably one of the easiest routes down, but nice scenic route. It's easy to notice global warming at the end of Mer de Glace. The largest glacier in this section of the Alps is slowly disappearing. Since 1820, the glacier has thinned 150 meters and the retreat has been enormous. The glacier begins at the altitude of 4,200 meters and ends today at 1,500 meters. Between 1994 and 2008, the loss has been more than 500 meters. Good example is that the glacier has lost 70 meters in thickness at the Montenver station during the last years. Montenver stands where the glacier ends these days. After a long day of skiing, you totally feel the loss of thickness when walking up the stairs up to the station. It's the last day Grand Monte is open for this season. It's 8th of May. It's supposed to be half sunny, half cloudy. Oh, you went to take a shit.
Yeah. The last luxury of the trip, we're gonna stay up in the mountains for 2 days. Argentière Basin. It's kind of a known place for good ski runs because you go on the glacier, the hut is right on the left side of the moraine, and from there you can see all these lines you can ride, and it's super close, so you just like walk for an hour and then you're ready to boot back up the slope. So it's quite special. You don't get that many runs anywhere else like so close to each other.
Do you have anything to say about this?
Yes. I don't know. I don't know what the weather is doing. It's kind of warm and it's a little bit cloudy, and I guess we just have to continue and see what it does. Make our decisions where we go further. But it's kind of, I don't know, spooky. We're at the end of the Argentière Basin. There's two options. There's either the Col de Christo, Col de Courts, and we decided to go to Col de Christo because there's less tracks there.
So we reached the Bergsgrund, but it's clogging up.
Weather's coming in.
It's kind of really warm. I'm actually really sweating, and the snow is just like starting to feel a bit heavy, and snow is still coming down. They're promised more, like that it would be more snow in the afternoon, so it might not be worth it to go up, I think, because the light, yeah, there's a lot of factors actually.
It's not that bad at the moment. Below it was worse. Now there's, I don't know. We'll see. Yes, there are multiple factors in weather conditions which makes us worry. The fact that we are too late. Usually you start early in the morning, but now it's already 2 o'clock. To be on time, we should have stayed the night at the refuge and start the climb in the morning. Second factor is that weather is coming in. Clouds are rolling over the mountains, lowering the visibility. Third is that it's starting to snow. This is not giving us any better visibility. Fourth factor is warmth. High temperature makes small avalanches race down the slope, and once in a while we get our laps full of snow.
Well, the snow was quite shitty, to be honest. It's not so nice.
Should we go to the hut or the refuge and see what's for dinner?
Let's go back there.
They closed the refuge today for like they have a restaurant and like the people working here, but they left today, and the only thing that is open is the winter side, which is a smaller room downstairs, and we're totally autonomous, so we have to chop our own wood with the ice axes. It's kind of cool and kind of peaceful. Now it's snowing and we're just sitting inside, kind of, or sitting out here watching the weather go past us.
You believe the forecast and you're hopeful for next day, but then it turns out like being in a milk can. Yesterday it started snowing and the visibility turned really bad. Now it's really bad. Yesterday I can say it was really good compared to this, but mountains are sometimes like this. You hope to get 2 good days, but then you get half day of good weather and 1.5 days of bad weather. You're kind of disappointed, but still you're happy to be out here. This is it. This is where this season ends. To our jan-erik hut. Almost 70,000 kilometers in one winter. Happy times and occasionally really bad. But this is what life is all about. It's a roller coaster of emotions. And to talk about the future, yes, we have plans, that's for sure.